Hello and welcome. So today we are going to learn how to enrich new leads from a contact form in Airtable. So today we'll be using Data Fetcher and the Clearbit API to enrich a list of email leads taken from a contact form with extra information about the person and the company they work for. So for each email, we'll look up attributes such as the person's name, their LinkedIn handle, and the industry of their company. So you can then use this information to tailor your outreach needs. So Clearbit is a sales intelligence software. It combines public data from the web about companies and makes this available through an API. So we can integrate this with Data Fetcher and keep all of our information in one place. So before we begin on this tutorial, I really suggest that you go ahead and create yourself a free account on Clearbit. This is how you will gain that API that we will be using. Once you've created your free account on Clearbit, you can come back to your Airtable base, and this is where we're going to begin. We'll start by retitling the table 1 to leads, and then over to the right hand side in your columns, we're going to title the first column email. And we're going to change this to email in the drop down, so you can simply search for that or you can scroll. Then we're going to select save, and for the following column we're going to change this to the word message, and for the field type we're going to select long text. Here we are, and select save. Nice and simple. Now we're going to add an example email, so I'm going to go ahead and add elon@tesla.com. so that you'll be able to see how this works at the end. Then we're going to create a new form. So over to the left-hand side, you'll see this menu and you'll see the pink one that says form. Click on the plus symbol, and here we're going to title this contact form. Then simply select create new view. Now, as you can see, we've arrived onto our contact form, which we can customize as we wish. I suggest that you remove the name option here. So if you click on this, you'll see a button to the right-hand side that allows you to remove the field from the form. So once you select that, you'll be left with email and message. And if you select email, we do want to make sure that the email is required. So if you turn this gray toggle to green, that will switch that on, and the same goes for message. So scroll down, click on the message option, and turn the gray to green toggle on again for required. Now we're going to install Data Fetcher. So over to the right hand side, you'll see the button that says extensions just under your profile circle. So if you select extensions, you'll see the option to add an extension. Select that big blue button and then search for Data Fetcher in the top right hand corner search bar. You'll see that pop up, and then we can simply select the add button. Now we select add extension, and this will load to the following page where you can either create a free Data Fetcher account or you can simply continue with Google. Fantastic. Now we can import our data. So you can do this by creating your first request. This big blue button again, select that, and now we could title our request. So we're going to title this Fetch Email Leads just up here where it says request 1. Like so, and then we're going to search for the application Clearbit because that's what we're using today. Now we'll be prompted to get our API key from Clearbit. So if you've already created that account, when you click on this button that says click here, it'll direct you to that screen. I won't show you that though, but that's where you get the information. It's really clear. Then you can paste your API key into the following text box. Once you've done that, you'd like to select the endpoint, look up person and company info from email addresses, that should be right there, and select save and continue in the bottom right hand corner. When we arrive onto the following screen, you can see this email option. Here we're going to go all the way over to the right hand side and click on the plus symbol. And as you can see, this directly prompts us to the table leads that we've created, and for the field we're going to select email, and then make sure run for every record in view. You will select grid view and select confirm. Then make sure again this is the option selected under output table and view so that you know that it's all aligned, and simply select save and run in the bottom right hand corner. Select continue. And now the response field mapping will appear. This is where you can choose which fields you'd like to have imported into Airtable. So today we're going to select the filter all button to switch all of the toggles off, and then we can choose which of the fields we'd like to bring through to our Airtable account. So we are going to select person name, full name, which you can actually see here. And we're going to turn this on by switching the gray toggle to green like so. And then we're going to map this to the existing field and we're going to select the field name. Then we're going to map the person LinkedIn handle. So we can search this in the find field bar simply by searching person LinkedIn handle. We'll turn this on, and we're also going to add the company name. So we search for this and it'll pop up here. Turn that toggle from gray to green. Now we're going to search for company domain, which is actually just over here to the right. So you can switch that on or you can search it. So we're going to map this to a new field, and here you will see the option of a drop-down menu, and we're going to select URL because we want that to be a live link. Now we're going to map the company category industry. So if we search for company category industry, that should pop up. We're going to turn that on, and then we are going to map this to the new field and change this to company industry. So we'll just take out that category. Then we're going to add company metric employees. And here we're going to create a new field that leads to employees. Perfect. Now we're going to select save and run in the bottom right hand corner. And as you can see, this is now creating 5 fields, and this will process into our Airtable account. Amazing. So now you can see this information has been imported. We can just close over that extensions and you can see all that information has come through now, even down to the company employees, the company industry, and also the company domain, which you can click and that'll take you to tesla.com. So now in order to run this request and enrich the email leads every time an email address is submitted from the contact form, we'll need to create an automation in Data Fetcher. So if you open up your extensions again, so you'll see that Data Fetcher request that you have already scheduled. Here you can open this up to the full screen option by selecting full screen, scroll down to schedule, and you will only see this if you have already paid for the upgraded version of your Data Fetcher account. So if you haven't yet done that, I really recommend that you do so that you can run these requests automatically. So look for the webhook option and we'll be clicking on Add API Key. This will prompt us to select our Airtable account overview. You can generate your API key here. Then you'll copy this back over to that input box. Once you've pasted that in the input box, you can select save and you'll see this turns on the webhook for request. Here you can copy this link that has now been created for you, and we'll select save in the bottom right hand corner. Close the window over and we're going to go over to the automations option. This is where we want to select the trigger when a form is submitted. You want the contact form, and over to the right hand side, you will want to select the table being leads and the form being contact form. Now for your run actions, select add action and then choose run script. The following will appear. This is where you want to paste that link that you've just copied so that you can keep this here. And now you want to navigate to help.datafetcher.com. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. From the following screen, you'll see run request using webhook just down to the left-hand side in the menu bar. If you select that, you'll see all the way over to the right-hand side, call webhook from Airtable. Click on this button. So from here, you want to scroll down until you see the set the record ID in the run a script action. So here we're going to copy this piece of text simply by selecting the copy button. So we're going to bring this information back to our Airtable account, paste it into the top bar, and here we're going to take that URL that we have here, cut it and paste it into your website URL, like so. Nice and simple. Now we want to make sure that the record underscore ID is matched at the end, which it should be, and then we're going to select add input variable. The input variable that we're going to add for under the name will be record underscore ID. And for the value, we're going to select the plus button and choose the Airtable record ID that appears right here. Nice. Now over to the right hand side, we'll select the test button and you should see test ran successfully. Amazing. Great, so now you can select the finish editing in the top right hand corner and make sure that automation is turned on. As you can see, the toggle is green, so we know that it's on. Now, if you return back to your data button up in the top bar, select that, we can test our contact form by selecting Open Form, simply by coming down here to the contact form that we've created already, and then click on the Open Form button. So when the contact form opens, we're going to fill this in to see if it worked. So here we're going to input patrick@stripe.com, like so, and a little message. Nice, then select Submit. As you can see, the form has been submitted, and we can head back on over to our Airtable base and select Grid View, where we'll now be able to see that that information has all been imported. Incredible. So hopefully today you have learned how to enrich new leads from contact form in Airtable via Data Fetcher. But if you do have any questions, you can always reach out to us here at Data Fetcher, where we also have a full-length blog on this exact topic that you can check out. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn today. I really hope you have a good one.